I don't know if I would highlight a program. I would
Okay.
highlight
I'll go anywhere you want with this.
the change in the conversation at DHS, particularly in the area of IT. One of the things that I witnessed when I first came on last year at the department level was how was IT seen across management, and how we could look at it as a transformational agent. So one of the things that we first and foremost did was making sure that everybody understood our business, understood the challenge, and understood the transparency of the finances, the acquisition, and the issues that we're trying to face. Sounds kind of simple, but if you've never seen a data center, you really don't know the size, scale, and complexity. So first thing we did is I created a roadshow. I took the finance community, I took the procurement community, I put them in the car, I took them in the vans, and drove them down to the data center. I let them see rows and rows of racks of equipment.
Wow.
And they started talking about the challenges of recapitalization and the complexity based on the size, scale, number of patches necessary, and just the pace of a data center. Also had the opportunity to drive down the road and show them a cloud center. I had the opportunity to show them Microsoft. And they saw rows and rows of equipment, but we started talking about a change in business. So instead of it being a cloud and a nebulous term, they started seeing that there are data centers behind it, but it's actually a change in business models. Took back and we started talking about questions at the senior staff level about who are we? So if you start looking at our mission, we support a very broad and diverse mission across the department. And I was able to take the leadership team of DHS, the CIO community, I took them out to the laboratories at TSA. And I was able to show them the technologies of Internet of Things as it applies to baggage and checkpoint technologies, and how those things run on a very complex network, and how those devices will scan over 2 million passengers a day. And if we have an anomaly on the network, if we don't have the diversity of the paths, if we have some sort of recapitalization issue that's facing us and degrading that performance, we're affecting and providing an opportunity for a known suspected terrorist to be able to board aircraft.
Sure.
We're able to take them and talk through some of the high transactions that we do in the area of secure flight, so they understand that compute requirements that are necessary, and how that the analysts are necessary to be able to look at those panes of glass, to be able to understand how we're buying down threat from a management perspective.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about, what are we not? And what we're not is we're not scaled to run large, complex networks with the federal staff that we have today. We're also not poised to be able to look at our current data center constructs and be able to move out to a different compute and storage model. So this is where it goes back to partnership, where we are able to sit down, since they've seen my mission. They know what my complexities are. I can sit down with the procurement staff at multiple levels and understand how we can transform how we deliver services today. I can sit down with the CFO community and I can start talking about recapitalization challenges and how these are unsustainable in the declining budget that we have today. So we can start discussing how do we transform ourselves, not that we no longer deliver services, but we govern services in a different way, we acquire services in a different way, and we actually transform the type of IT, the federal IT professional we're looking at, so that we're not looking for infrastructure professionals, we're looking for data analysts. We're looking for persons that understand how to operate in the cloud.
Excellent.
We're looking at the ability to move into a cloud or a DevOps approach. So it's that change in conversation I'm most proud of this year.
Yeah. I love the idea of the optics too, taking people out and showing them things. I think it was Einstein who said, if you can't visualize something, you can't understand it. And so having people visualize things drives things home. I think the era of text-based documents, by the way, is history too. Nobody likes to pick up and go through a bunch of text requirements and things like that. You need the graphics, you need the visualization to be included. How about a lesson learned?
I think the lesson learned is understand your technology, understand to talk at a different level based on your audience, and build that network. Great example that Adrian brought on is when the hurricanes were making landfall in Texas, is understand how that impacts, my services impact the FEMA mission, understand that there's transparency on how the services are being delivered, and when there's an anomaly, get in front of it early. But
Excellent.
those are my lessons learned.
Excellent.